Hello, everyone. This is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is the sermon for October 30th, 2022. And as always, we will start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. Thank you. All right, this week's sermon will be, it's called One Step at a Time. Once upon a time, a wealthy king saw a suitable man to marry his daughter. So he decided to create a challenge to test whether an individual has the appropriate attitude and will not quit at the first indication of adversity. To pass the test, each candidate must have to put on royal metal armor and ascend thousands. To pass the test, each candidate had to put on royal metal armor and ascend thousand stairs to the top of the mountain where the king's palace was. Many men gathered from all across the world to take on the task. However, as soon as they put on the armor, they understood that the endeavor would be impossible. The majority of the men took the first step, then glanced up the remaining 999 and gave up. Several men made it to the second step before abandoning their quest, and so it continued for the next couple of hundred guys, with some reaching the third stage. The king appeared to be very concerned. He pondered if someone was deserving of his daughter. Everyone who came to try their luck with the challenge stayed away after they saw everyone who complete attempted to compete in the challenge fail miserably. Nobody thought it was possible. So far, everyone had failed, and they were discussing how the task was designed to be impossible to finish. The most powerful military men attempted and failed. The top athletes tried but failed. Even the most muscular men could not pass the third stairwell. Nobody could take it any further. They all pointed their finger at the armor and the steps. If only the armor were lighter, the steps weren't so steep. Then, to everyone's astonishment, a young man who didn't appear to be very ordinary and not very impressive declared that he would try. He, like everyone else before him, had his chance. He donned the heavy gear and proceeded to the steps. Everyone said he wouldn't make it past the first step, but he was quick to go to the second. He could hardly move his shivering feet to the fourth step, but he took a deep breath and moved forward. He felt like he was about to collapse, but he was determined to keep going. He kept telling himself, one step at a time. I only have to finish this one. As he approached the fifth step, he felt a strong pull from the top. His armor became noticeably lighter. He took another step, telling himself, I'm not ready to quit yet. Surprisingly, the armor felt lighter as he fought as this following stage. He was exhausted but determined to take one more step. So the not so special young man went on. Each stride brought his armor lighter and his goal closer. When the young man finished the challenge, the king praised him and then revealed the secret to the test. You know, the challenge aimed to make sure that the guy who is going to marry my daughter is not the type of man who gives up after the first couple of difficult moments. The armor represents the difficult times, and the magnet on top, which made each step easier after the first few you had to make on your own, represents the willpower and experience that will make your future endeavors easier to bear. Because with because the proper person at your side, as well as the right mindset and focus, you can do anything no matter how big the problem is. So you know that the most challenging part of any problem you and your partner will encounter in the future is the first few steps, and it will become easier from there. You have proven yourself worthy, and you now have my blessing to marry my daughter. Moral: remember to take the first steps and keep going. It becomes easier as you gain experience. This is a really good uh, story. So many people see things as hard and they just give up. They don't keep going. There was a few times I wanted to quit even doing these sermons. Yeah, but the more and more that I do them, the easier it gets. Even I even set an alarm so I remember to record a sermon every week. Everything will be hard and when you first try it out. But if you keep pushing forward, like I said last week, you got to push forward. And a lot of people right now here in Florida are learning that they have to keep pushing forward because so many lost. There's so much lost here. Few people did lose their lives, but most just lost material goods. And they have to just keep pushing forward and not let it get them down and just rebuild. In life, you can either consider something an annoyance and push forward, or consider it a tragedy and lay down and let it take you. So never give up. Push forward, and things will get easier. You will make it past the hard times. Just have faith in yourself. Have faith in whatever God you follow. Have faith in your friends and family. But until next time, remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.